This presentation is on the initial activities for NABH compliance. Step 1 being management preparedness. Let us look into the major activities under this topic. 1. The type of organization entity. 2. The organization statements. 3. The regulatory compliances. 4. The organization structure. 5. The strategic and operational plan. 6. Being the budget allocation towards NABH preparedness. A brief on each of these activities. Number 1 being organization entity. We need to look at organization as an entity and understand its type. Is it under a private limited or a government organization, partnership, or a society or trust? And each of these types have their own set of rules and the organization shall adhere to it. The entity formation is a statutory regulatory requirement, and this is to ensure transparent governance in the community. The promoters and the management team, prior to establishment of a healthcare organization, will ensure application and approval for compliance on the entity formation from respective authorized body. It is the promoter's primary responsibility to get approval and adhere to compliance on entity formation. Point 2. The organization statements. These are the statements defined by the promoters of the organization towards building a culture amongst its team members or employees. These are the vision, mission, and objectives. Vision is where the organization aims to be in 5 to 10 years. Mission are the action plan towards the vision, and objectives are the service values practiced on a regular basis. These statements will demonstrate a roadmap towards improvement in the service delivery. It is the responsibility of the management to showcase the vision, mission, and objectives of the organization by having it displayed at all prominent locations across the hospital. Point 3 is on the regulations. These are set of rules as licenses defined by the authorized or professional bodies. The organization shall prepare a master list of such compliances for adherence and for tracking wherever renewals are required. These can be across infrastructure or building related or facilities and services offered or related to human resources, etc. The promoters of the organization shall be responsible to ensure adherence to compliances by applying and getting approvals of various statutory requirements from respective authority. And this will only ensure safety to the internal customers, that's your employees and patients, your external customers, that's your vendors and suppliers, and the environment. Point 4 is an organization structure. This is a systematic representation of various functionalities based on the size, type of establishment, facilities, and services offered. The clearly defined organization structure indicating functional hierarchy will ensure smooth functioning with respect to reporting and decision-making process. The structure also helps define effective communication system both upward and downward for better operational management. It is the responsibility of the promoters or the management to define the organization structure covering all its defined functions. Point 5 is on the strategic and operational planning. The organization towards monitoring its growth as per set vision shall have a strategic plan and accordingly define or develop an operational plan for execution. Strategic plan can be for a period of 5 years, considering various critical factors like it could be operational growth, business growth, or a quality plan in service delivery, or it can be the market share or newer opportunities, etc. The operational plan is developed for each year and should demonstrate the path towards the set aim. These planning documents will help the senior leaders in the organization to communicate and build team towards achieving the set mission. Point 6 is on the budget for quality initiatives. NABH mandates specific budget heads to ensure commitment of the management team towards safety and quality care, and this thereby demonstrates continual quality improvement. The organization in its budget for operational needs will earmark specific costs towards infection control activities, quality management processes, and training needs. The budget allocated will ensure that the systems and processes practiced are measured against a defined or benchmark standards. The organization may adapt to budgeting methods like it could be a zero method wherein you start new, or take comparatives to the previous year, or work out costings for 1 year to derive the budget against a specific functional area. It is the responsibility of the management to allocate budget and provide the same for implementation. Thank you.